What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Top Notch Ads YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to be building a one product store. I'm going to be walking you guys step by step how to get everything set up so you can get started if this is your first time dropshipping, or if you're just interested, learning about how I do things. I've done this 100 times and I've kind of figured out the ins and outs of what works and what doesn't as far as one product stores are concerned. I'm going to be giving you guys, the best fonts, the best colors that you can use. Well, it depends on your product, but all the different little settings within this free theme that I'm going to be showing you guys, just so that you can get the best one product store possible. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely stay tuned in this video. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be value packed. And if you're wondering what the smoke is on the screen, I have one of those aroma diffusers, and it's just providing me with a very nice scent right now, and I think it's really good for just the quality of the video and my performance for you guys overall. So I hope you don't mind that we're a little smoky. I just wanted to say that so you guys don't think my house is burning down or something is terribly wrong. But let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need to have is obviously a product. You can't make a one product store without a product. If you watched my previous video a couple days ago, my winning products that I gave to you guys, the big first product it was my favorite product was this cat sleeping bag thing, the cat sack, as I called it and referred to it in that video. And I actually talked about this is something that I could see being a one product store. So I think that's what we're going to use today for this store. And if it turns out well, I might actually sell this product. So here it is. This is what I've selected. Let's get into the actual store building process. So obviously the first step is going to be signing up for the Shopify free trial. Now, if you're new to dropshipping, this is great news for you. Shopify offers a 14-day free trial. You don't need to put any money into this to get started, as well as the theme that I'm going to be showing you guys is completely free. So you don't actually need money to get started in dropshipping, other than advertising costs. So you will need, a couple $100s for that. But I mean, relatively low cost startup. That's why dropshipping is so amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign up for this free trial here and just kind of create my account and everything. Don't need to show you guys that. I think you can figure that out. And obviously I have some personal information that I don't need the whole world knowing, or all of my 17 subscribers. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do this, and then I'll be back with you once the store is ready. All right, there we go. So I've created the store, as you can see, with the name catsack.co. I think that's what we're gonna go with. The first thing that you wanna make sure you do when you start your store is think of a good name. Now, this can be a struggle for a lot of people, and it oftentimes was for me, just because there's so many different options and you don't really know what to do with the start. But just to confirm, I did confirm that catsack.co is available. So if I do decide to run this store, it's there. A lot of people recommend that just use .com is the only way to go about it, but I've found that .co can work just as well. People don't really care at the end of the day. One tip I will give you guys is the website namelix.com. So this is going to be really helpful in figuring out a name for your brand. So let's say catsack is the keyword. It's going to generate you a bunch of different brand names just automatically that you could use. So you can select the length, you can select the style. Brandable names is usually what I go for, and then you just click generate, and it's going to come up with a bunch of different words that you can use for your brand. Now, the thing about brand names is they don't have to be super specific. They can be, like catsack, for example, clearly says what the product is, but you could do something like Dizoma, and it has the benefit of it can be branded into many different products. Instead of, the catsack name can only be used for this one product. But if you just want to go through the process of setting up your store one time instead of many times for multiple different products, you can pick one of these brand names that are pretty moldable to different products. So that's really useful, and that's why this Namelix app is really good, because it gives you a bunch of random words that don't actually mean anything that you can use as the brand name of your store. But let's get back into the catsack, right? So I have my domain confirmed. Once you have your domain, the next step is going to be to install the app Oberlo. Now, to do that, you're just going to want to click apps and then visit the Shopify App Store. As you can see, I've already installed it, but I'll just go ahead and run through the process. So, you just go to the Shopify App Store and you search for Oberlo. If you don't know what this is, it's basically an app that allows you to import products directly from AliExpress into your Shopify store, and then you can fulfill orders through Oberlo once you start getting some orders coming in. So that makes it a lot easier. Instead of going to AliExpress and manually entering all of your customers' information and ordering it manually, this does it pretty much automatically, and it's pretty cool. Once you get an order, you click basically fulfill on Oberlo, and it'll go through AliExpress and enter the customer's information, check checkout and like your computer's just moving automatically and ordering this product. And it's a really cool thing once you get your first order. But yeah, go ahead and install Oberlo, and that's going to be, you know, in your apps section. And you're going to want to go into Oberlo, and once you have selected your product, to import your product, you're going to want to copy the URL and simply go to the import list. As you can see, I've already kind of ran through this, but you would just add by URL or ID up here in the top right, and then just paste your product URL. You can also install the Oberlo Chrome extension to have a button that you just press and it imports automatically. This works just as well. So as you can see here, it's going to have a default title. So by default, it said this. You're going to want to delete that. You want to make your titles short and sweet. So for this, I've just named it the Cat Sack. You know, keep it simple. I might change that in the future. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at the start. You know, once you're trying to figure out if a product is going to sell or not, these little details don't matter as much, because a product that's going to sell is going to sell. You know what I mean? So like the little details don't matter, but they are kind of important, right? So I just named it the Cat Sack. Keep it simple, keep it aligned with the brand. I could name this a million other things, but that's what I decided on. You know, you'll get used to kind of picking titles and names as you learn. There's always going to be a default AliExpress description here. Go ahead and delete that. You want to write your own description for every single product that you test. I'm not going to be doing that in this video, but that will be covered in a future video. As far as the variants, this product did have a lot of variants. There's a couple different colors and a couple different sizes shipped from a couple different places. In this case, I went with the color A and just the 3 sizes that they have available. Now, the reason I did this, first of all, I'm shipping from the United States instead of China because it's going to be a lot quicker. My plan is going to be to only sell to people in the US, so this is going to give them a lot faster shipping times. It is a little more expensive, but it's worth the price, right? So, and as far as the variants are concerned, I just want to keep it to as little variants as possible, right? Because later down the road, if this ends up being a winner and I have intentions of shipping products to the United States into my own inventory so that I can then ship to customers even faster, I don't want to have a bunch of different variants that I have to deal with and, you know, predict the stock of and, you know, order stock for all of these different variants. I just have this one color and these 3 sizes. That's all you need. My advice to you is keep your variants as little as possible. It's gonna simplify things a lot. So the next step is gonna be the images. As you can see here, there's a bunch of good different images. Obviously we can't use these colored ones because we aren't going to be offering those, but our color is this blue, the classic. So we can have this, this, and this. Oh, this one's cute. So yeah, you're just gonna want to pick like the top 5 photos that AliExpress offers. Now, if they don't have 5 quality photos, that is something that I recommend you work with yourself. By that I mean, there's apps you can use like Canva, and you can go in and like edit the photos. You can also search Google and find more photos of the product that you can use that are higher quality, because sometimes AliExpress isn't that great. But I do recommend you get 5 super high quality photos to use on your product, because the imagery is very important for making people trust your brand. So definitely make sure that you have high quality content on your store. But I think for now, for our purposes, these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll send this one too, 5 images are good enough, and they're pretty cute. So this is obviously going to be the main image, this one here. But I think, after those changes to this product, we're ready to import. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so once we have Oberlo installed, our product imported, the next step is obviously going to be to mess with our store, right? Adjust the settings and the theme, and basically change how our store is built. So you can use the default theme of Debutify. It's a great theme. I've made a couple of stores on it, but honestly, what I've kind of grown up to, evolved into, is using the theme Debutify. So it's a lot like Debut, but it's just better, and it's completely free. So there's going to be a link in the description for this. I'm just going to go to Debutify.com and basically install this like an app. So they have a free download button. You just put your name and your email in, click free download now, click free download now, and then you enter your Shopify domain name. So that's this part here, and copy Okay, so as you can see here, we do have Debutify in our theme library, but Debut is still the active theme. So you want to go ahead and publish this just to start. You know, we don't have any customers or anything, so it doesn't matter that it's like that. And then you're just gonna want to dive in here and hit customize. So this is the fun part, right? We're gonna make some big changes here. So we gotta remember we're doing a one product store here. So you know, there's no need to have all of these different products and collection lists. So we can simplify a lot here. So the way we do that, I like to keep featured content, but you know, featured products, we don't need it. We only have one product. So just come over here, click on featured products and remove that completely. Same thing with the collection list. We don't have collections, we just have one product. So remove that section as well. And then you're just left with this, pretty much the header, you know, hero banner they call it, the welcome image, you know, a featured content which is going to tell a little bit about our brand, and then finally the you know, the product, the featured product, which is going to be the cat sack. So we can actually add that now. Let's click on featured product and select the cat sack. There we go. So things are really coming together here. Obviously, it's still very bare bones and we have a lot to add, but this is pretty much the basic setup that I like to go for on the homepage of my one product stores. So the next step is obviously going to be, you know, making this look better, right? So the first thing that I always like to do is change this default color. So I think we're gonna go with a blue like this. So you wanna go down into the theme settings and change the color to, you know, whatever fits your product the best. In this case, like I said, we're gonna do a blue. You know, I like to keep it consistent, so one color for everything throughout the whole store. Let's see here. Let's find the best blue. I like that one. So we're gonna go like this, and literally change all of these purples to this blue. So there we go. The colors are much better now. As you can see, we're gonna need a picture here, and the font is still a little off. Whoops. Let's go ahead and do the font now. So there are some fonts that I do pretty much every time that I recommend highly, and that is the Poppins font. So if we just click Poppins here, I think it's literally the best looking font ever. So, you know, Poppins, and then I like to do bold for the headings, just so they stand out a little bit more. But let's see how that looks, and there you go. It looks even better. And then let's go for the body text. I either like to use Montserrat or Poppins again. You know, Poppins is just my go-to, honestly. So I select Poppins. There we go. It's gonna change this and this to be Poppind. Like what's poppin'? There we go. Looks a lot better. And then as far as the accent text, you can keep it like this. I think this looks good enough. Doesn't really matter that much. We could also do, you know, you can look through these, and you know, I've spent a lot of time just scrolling through fonts trying to find which ones look the best for each product. But you know, the way that I found that simplifies it the best is just to use, you know, the same font for every single store. Like it doesn't really matter that much as long as it is clean and looks good. You know, that's good enough. So I recommend Poppins, and we can keep this accent text the same. The next step is going to be to find a nice big picture of the cat sack or of cats in general for this hero banner. So, you know, the way that I recommend you do that is go to a free stock image website like Pexels. There are a couple others that you can use. I just use Pexels, and let's just search cat, right? See what comes up. Cats are so cute. I'm more of a dog person, like I said in the previous video, but they're cute. You gotta give it to them. So we're gonna want to find an image that's horizontal, so that it fits that hero image. We got a lot of different options here. I'm not sure. Let's see. I want something that's blue, so it kind of matches the theme a little better. So maybe we'll search blue cat. See what comes up. That's kind of cute. You know, I kind of like this. That's cute. Those eyes, wow. This one's good. This one's good. Let's try this one. Okay, so you can just save that wherever you save things and, you know, upload it to the store. So there we go. One thing I do recommend you do is go to tinypng.com and compress all of the images that you're using on your site. This is going to help with load times. As you can see, this one's already really small, so that probably wasn't necessary. But when you do have those big images, that can impact load time, which can eventually, lead to a lower conversion rate because people bounce off the site before they get a chance to actually visit your site. So I recommend you doing that for all of your big image files that you're using. But you can just drag and drop this in, and let's see how this looks. Okay, there we go. Looking pretty nice. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's perfect. Okay, so next, let's see. I'm having second thoughts about this blue. I kind of want it to be a little bit darker to match this color. So let's go ahead and change that real quick. I'm a stickler for these little details. As you can see, this matches that color a lot better, and it just looks good. So one thing I don't like is all these variants like this. It looks kind of stupid. But let's go ahead and go back, and we can go over here to the cat sack, and we can actually edit the product straight from the theme. It's going to take us to the Shopify product listing. So here's where you can edit everything about your product, right? This is where you'll eventually write your description. You can mess with the images here, the ordering, all the variants. So one thing I do want to do is edit these options. We don't need a color because it's all the same color, and we don't need this. We just need the sizes. So let's just keep that like that. And then as far as the price, right here it's $28.50. I usually do this when I'm importing the product, but I forgot. So I'm gonna make this I'm gonna make the small $39.95. I'm gonna make the medium $44.95, and then I'm gonna make the large $49.95. So these are the prices that I actually listed in my winning product video on this product. This is gonna guarantee us a margin of at least $20, which means the cost of goods and the sale price, the difference between those is $20 or more. That's something that I always recommend to new dropshippers, just to make sure that you have enough money, to actually run some ads, and that you can actually end up being profitable. So those are the prices we're gonna go with. Let's go ahead and preview. Let's save that first of all. Make sure you're saving constantly because sometimes shit happens and your internet crashes or something goes wrong and then you lose like hours of work. Okay, so the colors and stuff. See, I didn't even save here. Let's save that. Okay. And then we're gonna have to preview this again. All right, so let's see how this is looking. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Looks good. One thing I always like to do for one product stores especially is remove this little bar here because it's just unnecessary, right? So the way that you do that, sometimes people have problems like finding this because it is kind of hidden. But if you go to the theme settings, into advanced settings, scroll down and then uncheck show breadcrumbs, that's gonna get rid of that little bar there and it's gonna look a lot more clean. I also like to make a couple minimal changes just for like my own personal sanity. Let's show you. The one thing I'm seeing here is this title is too big. I don't like it big like that, and I want it to be like this. So the way that you can do that is by clicking here, and then I also like to align the center like that, and then as you can see on the homepage, the big product title isn't checked, but it is going to be checked on the actual product page. So let's go there, product pages, like that. Just with this little drop down, you can access all of your different pages. And I'm just gonna uncheck the big product title. I'm also gonna center it, and I wanna show dynamic checkout button to give people the option to just buy it now. We don't need product sharing, no one's really gonna share it. We don't need product tags, and there we go. And then you can choose between drop down or button. Let's see which looks better. I think I like the button. So yeah, the last thing we would have to do is add a compare at price to this product so that it looks cheaper than it is. Like making this like $80, so it's like 50% off or something like that. But let's go ahead and save that. And then obviously we're gonna want to just kind of fill in all of this default information. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera, as well as like kind of working on the branding of the homepage, and then I'll be back with you guys once all of the copy is written and everything is kind of finished up. All right, guys, so we're back. As you can see here, I've added a little bit of branding here. Comfy and warm. A comfy cat is a happy cat. We got a 50% off sale for Christmas going right now. I added a little bit of a story here, and then I updated this about us section. Made some changes to just the default text on the newsletter, and just kind of brought everything together and got rid of all that default text. I also added some guarantees here, so free shipping, guaranteed quality, handmade in Arizona, 30 days money back guarantee, and that's pretty much the basics of getting your store set up. Now there are a couple other things we have to do as far as like legal pages are concerned, and just kind of completing the setup. There is one more other thing we also have to do within our theme, and that is customize the checkout. Okay, here we go. So it's in the theme settings and checkout section. Basically what we're gonna have to do is just change the colors to our blue that we picked earlier, like so, and there we go. So that should be good to go. And then obviously you will choose your logo once you create a logo. Some of you guys are probably saying, what about the logo, right? We're actually going to do that in the next video tomorrow. I'm going to be, walking you guys through how to create a really good logo for your store. We're going to make a nice cat sack logo, and we'll do that tomorrow. But as far as the checkout, we got that pretty much settled. We got the blue colors in there, and then once we get the logo, we'll do that tomorrow and add that in. But the last thing, we want to make sure we save. The last thing we need to do is basically create our legal pages for the store. So if you go to the legal section, you can basically just generate default legal pages for your site, and it makes it super easy. So you just create from template. There we go. Create from template. And create from template. And also, shipping policy is optional. So you can look up like a shipping policy template and just paste that in. But you can go through here and make sure you change the emails to whatever your email you want your email to be for your site. So you can either use just your personal email that works. You can also make a custom Gmail for this store, although what I do recommend doing in the long term, if this does end up selling for you, whatever product you're making, if it ends up selling, make a G Suite email and get a dedicated email based on the domain. So like info@catsack.co, so that you can have a dedicated email for customer support. But that's not necessary at the start. When you're testing products, I don't even worry about it. So save those. That's going to create those pages automatically. And then we're just going to want to go to the navigation section here under our online store, and we can add those to the main menu and the footer menu of our store. One thing I actually have to do first is create a contact us page. So we're going to add that. You're just going to click add page, and then template suffix, go to page.contact. You can go to contact us, and that's going to make a contact form. So now that we have that, let's go back to navigation, and we'll just get these pages added to our menus. So we don't need the catalog, we can delete that, but let's go ahead and click, I guess for the homepage, we just need contact us and the product itself. So let's go contact us like this. And then the product itself, we can just do shop now, and then we'll just link to the product like that. Okay, and then for the footer menu, that's where we'll put like the legal stuff. So here we go. Let's go like this: policies, privacy policy, add, and then just do this for all of them. Refund policy, add, and terms of service, add, and then save the menu. Like that. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure that's it. There's nothing else we have to do other than the product description. I will have to edit this price to make it so that it's congruent with this 50% off sale. So the way you do that, I'll just real quickly show you. You just adjust the price in the product on Shopify. So click products, go to your product, and then what you do, you can edit. You have to open the bulk editor like this, and then you can come in here and adjust the compare that price. For this, let's just do let's do $79.95 for this one, $74.95 for this one. This isn't 50% off, but you get the gist. And then $69.95 for this one. I like to do 95. You can do 99. You can do a straight dollar if you want, but that's just the ending that I usually do is 95. Just kind of modern, kind of sleek instead of 99. But anyways, there we go. That's pretty much it as far as the store is concerned. As you can see, $44.95. We got the cat sack. Let's check out the product page. And there we go. No product description yet. You'll want to delete these testimonials and add actual product reviews. We'll do that in the next video when it comes to the product description page. But that's pretty much it. Other than the header as well. Obviously you want to make a logo for all of your sites, but when it just comes to the basic setup of your site, which is what this video was for, I hope that cleared things up for you if you were confused. Hopefully I went through it slow enough so that if you're a new dropshipper, you understood everything. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about this process or about dropshipping in general. Drop them down below. Also, if you have any requests for content and videos that you want to be made on the channel, definitely drop those down below. I'm always looking for more ideas and ways that I can provide value to you guys. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I wasn't too boring for you guys. This is the cat sack. This is how it turned out. I think it's really great. I think the cat owners are gonna love this if I do decide to sell it. But yeah, next video we're gonna be getting into how to actually create a logo for your site, which is one of my favorite parts, right? And I'm gonna explain that to you guys, kind of my process for it. I think I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. So teaching you guys how to do that, and then we'll obviously get into the product description as well, which is one of the most important parts of your funnel. But that's it as far as the store creation process is concerned. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. All right, guys, peace out, and I'll see you next time.